So, welcome. We're back.
Good to be back. Good to be back.
We're back.
Back.
Episode
41.
51.
41.
41?
Mm.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
51 would be close to 1 year. 52 would be our 52nd week of operation.
Wait, so when episode 52, that'll be a year.
Would be essentially. We've done a couple of 2 episodes in 1 week.
This guy's good with numbers.
And we had a break. We had a break over Christmas for 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, were you
I
just
thought you were
guessing?
actually amazed.
Have you actually kept count?
Of
what
how many
episodes?
episodes?
Yeah, or were you just guessing?
We
No,
number,
I know. Every one I number it.
we number every episode as well in the title.
Yeah,
Long
well,
time.
that's true.
Yeah.
This is true. Well, anyway, welcome back to episode 41.
Episode 41.
Wordy dog. we had someone who's a supporter of ours. I won't say his name, but he's a good man. I haven't met him. He's from Christchurch. He replied to my story and he was like, Your outro last one was the best one yet. Well done, man.
It was slick.
I was like, wow.
was
It only
good.
took
You
40
have-
episodes, but we
There's people who support Pillar, and then there's the next tier of people who support Aryan.
Yeah.
Just like Aryan diehards. My sister's in that group. My sister.
He needs a
awesome.
large group of supporters.
I do
Yeah.
need it. It's hard out here, you guys.
Yeah, life is not
It's
easy.
so hard. It's life. I
If
mean,
we keep bullying him, he might start beheading effigies of us.
holy, yeah. And then I'll register myself as a charity and then I'll do that.
Yeah. Sorry. Become a charity first. No, first immigrate to the country.
Become an
Become a
immigrant.
charity. Yeah, be an immigrant. Become a charity. Start decapitating mannequins
Of our foreign minister.
of our foreign minister and say enough with the violence while you're doing that.
And then call it the Migrant Workers Association.
Because guys, remember words of violence.
Yeah.
Beheading effigies, nothing violent.
That's chill.
Hey everybody,
whatsoever.
just aware this is not violence. This is purely just political. Bring up the mannequin that we're going to behead. And we'll do that right here in public.
He said he's a racist.
I don't know if you recognize where they were, but they're done in. From what I could tell, this is what I think they were done in Britomart.
Yeah.
But right off to the if you're facing them, right off to the right there is where the Jehovah's Witnesses sit.
Oh, yes, it is. That's
Why?
right,
Why
yeah.
did the Jehovah's not get involved?
I don't know. There was one assassination that kind of started everything for them.
Is that
I
looking?
really-
Oh Jesus!
I really like the fact that they clarified that this is symbolic just before they beheaded the mannequin.
Because they knew.
Because there were people that were in the crowd going, is it actually Winston?
Oh my gosh!
He doesn't move at all. What's going on?
Gosh!
Oh my gosh.
She said Winston Peters. That's what they were saying. That's what they were thinking. Nah, it's crazy. And then I did this little, I just did a little ChatGPT search. I said, compare to me the number of headlines that existed, or sort of the number of headlines online related to the Paul Henry shoot, marry, kill,
Oh,
versus the number of headlines about the effigy. This is on Monday night, and it was 8 headlines about Paul Henry, 1 about Winston. Where is the media on this?
this is exactly why people have just had enough. And people, when someone does actually say something that's a bit edgy in Parliament, and if it happens on the right, people don't care. Like the people that should care, the people on the right are just like, what? You guys have spent 3 years calling us all racists, and letting the stuff that happens on the left of politics go under the carpet. You know, when Marama Davidson says that all violence in the world is caused by white cis men. Yeah. No one said anything about that. And you know what? But they probably should have. But because that's happened, when people started taking Winston, I'm like, no one cares now.
Well, Winston yesterday pulled out, I think it was like 6 quotes made by various other ministers,
Oh, really?
from Marama Davidson to Kuta Ferris to National MPs.
National Labour, everyone.
And he's like, are these racist? And the speaker was like, enough, you know? And it is true. There's a huge double standard in what the media will
media.
report on
Yeah.
and what is deemed a legitimate racist comment or not. Like,
Did you see the interview that Stuff tried to do with Winston Peters in his office?
and
yes.
he ended it.
Yeah,
I didn't.
yeah.
I saw the headline. I didn't bother watching it.
So I watched the full video,
Yeah.
and it's absolutely ridiculous what they did to him. I mean, he can handle it, and he obviously did because he shut it down. But it was the most dishonest or disingenuous kind of attempt to interview somebody, where basically the whole point of it was to try and show he was a hypocrite. That was the purpose behind it. And instead of just interviewing him and saying, well, how do you feel about the situation? What's your response to it? Blah, blah, blah. It was like the most
Activism.
It was the most obvious attempt to try and like subvert what he was doing and what had happened to him, and to make it basically, it was like You went to the parliamentary protests, and actually met with the protesters. And don't you realize that they were, they had effigies of Jacinda and others, with a noose around their neck. And he's like, well, I didn't see it when I went to meet with them because there were thousands of people. You were down in Wellington at the time. You saw, right, what was going on. And he's like, well, I didn't see that particular thing. And that doesn't mean I would agree with it either. He said, but what's your point? And they were like, well, would you meet with these people that just, guillotined your mannequin? And he was like, oh, come on.
Get out.
This is enough.
Get out.
Done.
But the funny thing
It's
is,
just such an
childish.
obvious attempt to attack him rather than interview him. What are journalists there for? Not to attack, to interview.
Ask
but saying to Winston, well, would you meet with these people? I think his trick was pretty clear that he's happy to go toe to toe with anyone, meet with anyone,
Yeah, of
talk to
course.
anyone. You know what I mean? Like, you might not like what he says when he's sitting in front of you. Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
If you're going to put the invite to him, he's probably going to show up.
Yeah.
And you have to wonder, will those people meet with him? That's the better question.
And it's not a good faith, interaction if the people are beheading mannequins in your likeness, right? But I'm sure that he would probably have a go in terms of debating them.
Of course.
But
Maybe not debating them, maybe just roasting them.
well, sure,
More of a roast.
sure. But
He's good at it.
in the end, why would anybody really want to meet with people that have just decided they're going to behead your mannequin, like an effigy of you?
No. And then you can't say, oh, you're so immoral for not wanting to do this. Like, oh, I just don't want to meet with people who want to kill me.
There's no hypocrisy in it at all.
Just
You can
remember as
criticize
well-
them for other things, but you can't say that that's hypocritical. It's just ridiculous.
Remember as well, earlier in the year, similar radicals doxed his address, posted his address online, and called for protests outside his personal residence, and then broke a window.
Yeah.
Like, this is genuine nutcase stuff. No, and then you've got Hannah Rafferty Maipi Clark. No, all they had is, I said Hannah.
Hannah.
When she's running for last election, she said her house got ram raided. It was a neighbor knocking on the door to wish her good luck. It was like a 70-year-old elderly neighbor who knocked on the door to say, good luck, Hannah. She's like, my house got ram raided. The police had to throw out the investigation because they realized it was all falsified.
Oh.
This is the difference. When Marama walks out in the middle of a pedestrian and says she got hit by a car, you walked in front of traffic and you got brushed by someone on a bike and you're wearing body armor. What are we doing here?
This is why people have lost trust. And people complain about, oh, media losing jobs and media this, media that. It's like,
fire them all.
look, yeah, it's not nice that people are losing jobs, but look at what you're doing.
Look, I'm not surprised that the left are attacking in this way. This is what happens, right? It's elections. They'll go after Winston Peters, for sure. But it's the people on the right that are wasting their time. In fact, they're only undermining their own position when that from other parties, like National, for instance, who are trying to have a go. Because who are they losing votes to? Winston. They're not actually going to win this battle. They're better off just going, you know what? We're just focused on the economy
Focus
right
on
now.
your own house.
We're focused on the things that are really urgent.
Well, look at ACT. ACT hasn't been drawn into this at all.
Yeah,
They've kept their hands clean.
Incredibly.
They did initially. Not on this one, but on a few things. But now they've backed off. They've realised it's not working for them.
Well, David is amazing because you can ask him a question about anything and he'll caveat and he'll say, look, it's not my portfolio, not my area, not. But if you ask him a question, he's not scared to answer any questions. So I'm sure that they got an initial soundbite. But as the situation became more clear, I haven't seen him take a substantial stance against Winston or NZ First. And I think he's done that a lot smarter this time round than last time round. Because I think ACT's decision to attack New Zealand First last time is what put New Zealand First in the coalition. If ACT had just ignored Winston and New Zealand First, it would have been an ACT national coalition. And I think it's important that New Zealand First has been there this time round. But ACT should just, keep doing their work, keep doing their digging.
That's right. The National Party's come out with this image that we're the adults in the room, and they keep communicating those lines. But increasingly, the ACT Party, who's been the silent one, who hasn't said anything and just kept their hands clean, it's like, oh, you're actually the adults in the room here because you're not getting involved in this rubbish, and everyone's getting involved in the spat.
Yeah.
But
Just National should just focus on, they've had some really good wins. Just focus on talking about those.
focus on yourself.
ACT has had an outsized impact. Just focus on talking about that. Talk about what you want to do next. Let New Zealand First do what New Zealand First is doing. It's no secret that I like some of what they're doing. That I think there's some other things that should work on. National and ACT are probably doing a better job in other areas. But the coalition, at the end of the day, bottom line is coalition needs to get back in. If they don't, I know I was talking to someone the other day who said if the coalition doesn't get back in, they're leaving the country.
Right.
And I always
Yeah,
thought
I've heard
there's
that on a few occasions from other people.
Because a lot of the stuff they've achieved will be reversed.
Yeah.
And
Overnight.
that's what people are getting sick of,
Yeah.
is the constant yo-yoing.
I thought it was like just a throwaway line that people would say to try and emphasize their point.
It's like, nah.
But you're going to leave the country if I understand it'll get worse under the opposition. Man, leaving the country is a big call.
Yeah, I'm not like that. I just would rather stay and fight.
I'd
Not,
rather
not
just
actual fight,
yeah.
just so we can be clear about that. Not
Wow,
metaphorically.
cancel his gun license.
I mean, yes, metaphorically.
Cancel Nick Hahn's gun license
I'll let
right
it lapse,
now.
all right? I don't have any license anymore, all guns.
I heard him talking about wanting to build a bunker.
Stop.
He wants Starlink in his
No,
bunker.
it's a wine cellar. It's a wine cellar, all right?
Sorry, it's a wine cellar with
Can I
armored
come for the
walls.
wine? I'll come for the wine.
Yeah. No, you know what I think is that National, if they want to lead the next government or continue this government, they have to start focusing on like some promises around the economy, some actual measurable things that they're going to achieve. That people need to hear that if they want to have hope that their businesses are going to, grow, flourish, survive even. The last few faux pas that Luxon's made, like especially around the comments in Rotorua, businesses
I saw
need to
the
be
headlines. I saw the
adult
headlines.
about it. Yeah, it may have been a different vibe in the room, and sometimes the sound bites can be misleading. I totally get that. The trouble is how they then handled it once it was being reported, and he's not very good at helping himself in these situations, and that's what I worry about. It may well have been much more kind of like innocent and conciliatory than it sounds, but if you don't know how to redirect the message in the media and try and bring it back to actually this is what we're talking about, and you let that problem fester, it's just going to get worse.
Well, there's bringing it back to the core message, but there's also just don't apologize.
Mm.
Like, why would
Exactly.
he come out and he goes, "Oh yeah, I said that," and he kind of owned it for a second. He Stuart Nashed it, and then he apologized, and it's like, oh,
But also, there's too much explaining.
Too much flip-flopping.
Yeah,
It's like
the
what they
moment you
say,
start
right?
explaining.
In politics, the more explaining you do, the
Well,
deeper the hole you're digging for
they
yourself.
go to Winston. What does lying like a flatfish means? No, everybody could, if you have two brain cells, you can figure out lying like a flatfish is a pun. Flatfish, lie flat. He's using lie as a double entendre. Like it's just a throwaway funny line, almost like Cockney English. It's slang. Lying like a flatfish is funny. It's a funny idea. Trying to draw more than that.
This is a younger generation of journalists who don't know about these old expressions.
It's not like he was an intern at JP Morgan who called his own wife a fish head. Cannons. Remember that?
I remember that. Good old days.
Man, where did that guy go? Where'd that story go?
It was fake. Fake story, apparently. It was all made up.
Fish head with cannons was all lie.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh man,
Apparently.
sounds crazy.
But this whole thing with Luxon apologizing is so emblematic of both the leaders.
Yeah.
Like, Winston says some, arguably more offensive stuff. Not even arguably,
I would
straight
say
up,
arguably, I would say.
straight up
Yeah.
offensive stuff. And then
I've
they're
never
like,
been offended.
can you apologize? He's like, no. And then Luxon says something
is so
that's
subjective.
totally. But most people would say that was offensive.
You can't say that.
I think it was
I'm
offensive.
offended now.
All right, well, there you go. But then they're like, will you apologize? He's like, no, I'm not apologizing. And then Luxon says something that's like, some people interpreted it weirdly, and I'm so sorry at a press conference.
Hold on, let me just get my yellow bandana. We'll go down to the temple and I'll kneel this out. I'm really sorry. Oh,
Forgive me, guys. It's like,
please.
Oh.
Which deity do I need to pray to for forgiveness now, brother? I should put it out there as well. If you're listening to this, Christopher, we would love to have you on as a guest.
that'd be unreal.
We'd love to ask you some questions.
We should give consulting. We should give consulting. We should give advice about
should
media.
consult.
Well, I haven't really sold it well if I can't speak English about giving
We
media
should give
advice.
the advice consulting.
Maybe not in communications.
It feels like they're grasping at straws. They're trying to find some controversy around the coalition members, partners. Will the shoe be on the same foot when the next left block controversy comes out? Because there's some on the way.
Well, there's been so many, but it just doesn't seem to affect the polling for these guys because people aren't voting for them because they like them. People are just voting for them because they're angry at the other lot. And if you're angry at the other lot, you just let things slide, I feel. It'd be nice to see polling fall for these guys who are constantly in scandals, but
Do you think it's the difference between, and we see it a lot when it comes to people who talk about debating, the left are more emotive, the right are more analytical. So then we make value judgments on the basis of, performance, but we probably have a higher moral standard. So then you don't see it impact the left as much. Like it's more just emotive. Like I like you. I love you no matter what sort of business.
I was listening to this guy Roger Scruton, he's passed away now, but he was a writer, philosopher, conservative thinker in the UK.
Yeah,
very smart man. But he was talking about the left being particularly ideological, and having these incredible slogans about we're going to keep fighting. You know, we're very emphatic, very emotional, very visionary. Like we're going to keep going. And then he's like, that's been a lot of their strength because people just buy into these emotive visions and they just keep going and they don't stop to think. Whereas the more conservative, traditional left or right-leaning side is more like their slogan is like, be hesitant, wait, think, consider, ask questions. And that doesn't sell as well in the media and in the social mind, if you want to say.
Yeah.
And that's probably why I think they're suffering on the right a little bit in terms of polling.
And I agree with that. I think that the most successful conservative politicians, though, are the ones who understand that they have an agenda. There's a philosophical basis to it. They can argue it. They can be analytical, but they also understand what's driving the average person on the street. What's worrying them?
That's right.
What are their hopes and dreams? You know, you look at the best kind of right of centre, leaders in this country. People like John Key, very good at relating to the average person. Could tell a story about his own life.
He's incredible,
right?
Yeah.
Growing up in a state house and down in Christchurch, solo mum, all that kind of stuff, right? And people go, well, that sounds like some challenges that you've overcome, you've achieved, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's a great storyteller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was able to do that in a way that people related to, and there was a compassionate aspect to how he did that. And I do think that in New Zealand that goes a long way. And if you want to be an effective conservative or someone centre right, whatever leader, then you need to be able to do that without sounding like you're going to
Patronising.
You're patronising. You're crying for everybody every time you hear a sad story. You know, like that's where Luxon hasn't been able to read the room.
Can't tell
understand
stories.
the tone.
It's not a storyteller.
Did you guys see the Roy Morgan poll? And this is related. I'll tell you how. Specifically, how women 18 to 49 are voting.
No.
70% left wing.
Oh, my days.
Yeah,
Roy Morgan's
saw that.
poll.
Damn.
Women 18 to 49 now voting, 70% left wing, Labour 36%, Greens 20%, TPM 4%, and I've given to sorry, I'm just reading these stats in real time. Shared by Douglas Brown, lawyer, free speech fanatic, friend of the show in some regards. Anyway, so if it was only women, and we saw this in the UK when they came up with their, do you remember this? They did the same demographic, 18 to 49, and it was like
all left.
the Greens would lead the UK government.
Gosh.
And this is what we've talked about so many times. How many headlines do we see about toxic masculinity or manosphere or right-wing extremism? Men have moved marginally to the right. Young boys, marginally to the right. Young women and older women, exponentially to the left.
Yeah, there's a massive shift there.
And you can factor in all the feminist movement that's destroyed actual women's rights, that's destroyed the actual, what I would say is what a woman innately wants and desires, which is to be part of a nuclear family, to rear children, to be a homemaker. They've destroyed that dream and said, actually, you should be a corporate girl boss. Girl bosses are the worst thing to ever happen. It's crazy to me.
I've never had a girl boss.
You've never had a girl boss. Well,
I've only had men bosses.
Does that mean you've never been married, eh?
That too. I just meant that my bosses have never been girls.
This is crazy. I'm looking at the graph here, how they plot out where the seats are, and it's like this tiny little portion
It was just
for the coalition. So shout out to all the women out there.
The odds are still on the coalition staying in power.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you implying that women shouldn't vote?
I'm not saying they shouldn't vote, but I'm just saying if we happen to lock all the doors.
I think they should. Just
Oh my gosh.
just for the record.
93 days to go to the election. The coalition currently, right now, based off a combination of all the polls in the last year, has the coalition winning 63 to 60.
It's close though, yeah.
Yeah, assuming that Te Pāti Māori holds the Māori seats, the ACT holds Epsom. The Greens are at 11.1, TPM 2.5, Labour 31.3, top 4.8. On this one.
Top may well be over that 5. It's
Please.
I should make a correction. I said the other day in our other podcast that top has never polled above 5%. They've now polled above 5% three times. one at 6, one at 6.5, and one at 8.
Roy,
Roy
Morgan, right?
All Roy Morgan. Now, some people will say, well, Roy Morgan's not legit. Well, also, National polled very high rule in the Roy Morgan. So you have to accept both results if you want to be a National voter. National at 30.2 and ACT at 7.6. So it's very, very interesting. Likeliest that the right bloc wins. So
Roy Morgan polling, for some reason, this is what I've heard, tends to boost the minor party result. For some, I don't know what the methodology is behind it, but that does tend to happen compared to other polls. So 8% may be not the real reflection of where top are at, but certainly it is indicating a trend.
These figures are an accumulation, and I'll add the link to the site election2026.nz of all the polls. I think it's 113 polls that there's pulling data from. So pretty interesting. But yeah, got everyone, man, NZ first at 8.5, top at 8. It's crazy. So I think that will be 10 MPs for top.
That's unreal.
You went to the top
party
meeting.
that they had
Do
a
they like
meeting
being
out.
called top? They want to be opportunity.
No,
Or do they still call themselves top?
people don't know, mate. No one knows what those guys believe, let alone what their name is.
I thought it was an interesting interview with Gareth Morgan that Sean Plunkett did on the platform. And in it, Gareth Morgan, who started top but is not involved anymore, was saying he actually thought that top should not look to go into government even if they do well. He said they're better to sit effectively in opposition or
And
just
learn.
Sit outside of government and vote on things where they, in principle, agree with the bill.
He's changed his tune because his first interview, he's like, they should have shut the party down after I left. So he's not saying that.
Well, it's interesting because apparently he's gone through and looked at all of their policies, and he basically shaped all of their policy in the first place in 2017. He said they haven't really changed. So he's like, yeah, if they do stick to what they've said in their policy platform, then cool.
Maybe he had it right. They just didn't have the right leader.
Didn't have the face.
Yeah.
Didn't have the face. And that's the thing. Kule is doing very well with the media. Obviously,
They love her.
she's got good camera presence. I'll say.
Yeah, she's very she's really moderate in the way she speaks, right? So she comes across in terms of her communication style as a very even kind of tempered person.
Even though it doesn't mean anything half the time.
No, I know, but the point is, it's
totally.
politics.
No,
People
exactly.
like it. People like it. Yeah.
Exactly.
We've invited a bunch of different people onto the show just last night. Sent out an email. Already heard from a few, which is really exciting. Kule being one of them. So hopefully we can get her in for a conversation. Be nice. We've talked previously. Be nice to have a chat. But how was the top meeting that you went to on Sunday?
It was good. I was very surprised by the number of older people who were there. I thought it would be full of young people because that's what you typically hear.
How okay?
Yep, and Howick, and maybe Howick has a higher median age, but there was actually a lot of older people. And interestingly, there was one guy who stood up and he's like, "Look, I own 3 properties. I think it was 3, maybe more, but that's not going to stop me from voting for your land value tax because I believe in it."
I know some people who are in favour of the land value tax,
who are very intelligent,
very wealthy, very informed,
who
have a lot of land, and they're like, yeah, it's the lesser of evils, effectively.
I've heard similar things. Yeah. But no, it was good. She spoke very well, and people said, "Oh, is it likely that you're going to get your tax policy through, even though everyone's talking about it?" And she's like, "No, 5%, 10 MPs."
She's up front.
Yeah, and people appreciate that. There was a couple of stuff that I thought, oh, that was wise in terms of encouraging more investment into research and development in New Zealand, infrastructure and stuff. But
I mean, look, we're already paying land value tax if you own property. You're paying rates to the council.
Yeah, rates. Yeah.
So,
but that'll be in addition to rates. Yeah.
At nearly 2%.
My rates are already so expensive. Dunedin City Council was absolutely stitching me up.
That's Michael Laws, isn't it?
He's a Otago regional.
Yeah, he's.
So I pay both rates.
Is it Waitaki?
We should get Michael Laws on the podcast. So.
We could invite Michael. I pay Otago regional and Dunedin City Council. So
you pay 2 rates.
2 rates.
2 rates.
2 raise.
I think my Dunedin City Council ones are like nearly $4,000 now.
Oh.
And then the regional council ones aren't too bad. They're like 800, 900 or something.
You need if you move rural, your rates stay low.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, shout out to Carterton who kept their rates the lowest rates increase across the country.
And we know
thanks
why.
to Deputy Mayor Grace Ailing.
Is that right?
Yeah, she kept rates the lowest rise across the country, and she fought almost single-handedly for that. And Everyone
Wow.
in council was trying to put rates up. She didn't budge, and she actually had a fantastic op-ed in the paper on Monday night as well. So
Is that right?
yeah, shout
About
out.
what?
Couldn't tell you. Didn't read it, but I saw it.
Yeah,
You're
was
going to,
fantastic.
It's on your list. Of
It's on
things
my
to
list
read.
of
Well, I
things
got
to
an
read.
email from her as well from the
Yeah,
Egg Party.
Ex supporters,
Ex
Grace and shout out to Grace and Jonathan. Thank you,
Yeah,
guys. And
yeah.
Jonathan's actually hopefully going to be on an episode soon. So
Very
for everyone who
excited.
wants to know where Jonathan Ailing went, we're going to uncover it. We're going to pull him out of hiding.
He's coming
He's coming from the
with
vineyard.
lots of information.
Tell all. It's going to be a tell all exclusive. No, it's good. It's good.
Should we put up a paywall?
Yeah, we should. We should. Yeah, like all those op-eds. But there's a free speech issue in the ether right now out there in the
There
environment
is,
with
there
Martin
is.
Bradbury.
How do we handle this?
Well, we've
this
reached
discussion?
out. We've reached out to Martin. Martin is he's a known entity to us, not because we're friends, because he hates us.
Yeah.
he's very critical.
He doesn't
of us.
actually know us, but he hates
He
us.
doesn't know us, but he's tweeted about us a few times. But that doesn't take away from the fact that if he is being charged with an HDCA for what is actually lawful speech, but being prosecuted under that, we would try and come to his defense however we could, whether that was through legal aid, whether that was through just getting a story out there through the appropriate avenues. So we didn't hear back from Martin if he would like support.
Yeah. Martin, if you're listening to this or even just
He's
the
not.
soundbite, mate, I was a big fan of yours when you were on the radio on Channel Z back in the
Channel
late
Z.
90s, early
Wow,
2000s.
before the numbers invented.
Channel Z.
That's crazy.
Well, have you heard of ZM? Different,
Use
different
Z-
stations.
Oh, right. I've heard
Same
ZB.
concept though.
And,
Yeah.
okay.
Ari
So
doesn't
anyway,
listen to the radio. He just
So
got a
Channel
pager.
Z. So when Bomber and Clark Gayford, yes,
They ran a show together.
husband to Jacinda Ardern.
Oh,
They what?
They ran a show together.
They ran a. They were literally DJs. They had a
the heck?
program, afternoon show on the radio.
yes.
Great
yes,
music,
let me-
great station, very entertaining as DJs. And so you've changed a lot since then, Bomber, in certain ways. But Oliver,
I don't know where you're going with
Olive
this. I
Branch,
don't know where
Olive
you're going
Branch.
with
Oh
this.
yeah, no,
Olive Branch.
yes, he's changed it. See, I saw this photo of his on his
Yeah, he used to be part of the Labour
yes, and they're all wearing
team.
He's
wearing
called us a
devil
lot of
clothes,
like
which is
nasty things since then.
Not that nasty. He
a
just-
right wing cult, which
yeah,
is
okay.
semi inaccurate.
Okay, I mean, I don't want to actually repeat them, but people can.
Well,
probably
a
find
right
them.
wing cult is the big
Well,
thing.
We're neither of those.
No, there was some pretty smutty stuff he said about us as well.
Oh,
Again,
really? Oh, maybe I didn't. See it.
Recently.
2 years ago.
Oh, two.
Oh, yeah,
But,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
That's-
yeah, yeah.
that
We're,
was.
we're not keeping track of that.
Oh,
No,
no,
I'm
we
not.
don't care
It's
about
called.
it. Mate, call.
I wasn't even born.
Call me whatever you want to call me.
Listen,
Doesn't bother me.
Bomber,
Nathan.
I'm a Christian. I love you, mate.
Wow,
All right?
Oh,
Me
I
too.
forgive you. I don't care.
I love him
Wow.
too.
It's gone.
Wow.
It's in the past.
I love Nathan, and Nathan loves you. I mean Nick. So we just go through.
It's a love triangle. It's a triangle of love.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. What we're trying to say is we'll support him. Thank you for the extra context. We'll support him if he needs help. Although I do hear the Free Speech Union has reached out and offered their support. Stephen
Have they?
Franks. Well, Stephen Franks said that they'd help him. So
it's
Martin
interesting.
should ask for help himself.
Huh?
Martin should reach out and ask for help.
Well, no, he said the Free Speech Union hadn't reached out, which obviously it's no secret that we were all previously part of the Free Speech Union. Part of our work while there was leading the campaign or contributing to the campaign to abolish the HDCA.
Yeah.
Some work that we're really proud of helping with. And we ran into a number of cases where the HDCA was being weaponized by local politicians, by foreign governments, by professional
proxies, yeah.
bodies, proxies, yeah. So we know how dangerous the HTCA is, especially it was a law meant to protect from cyberbullying, has now been used as a gagging order. Needs to be abolished, needs to be taken out. Melissa Lee was doing some work on that.
We kicked off the campaign though to get the HCCA
That's
amended
right.
because it is such a bad law.
And we still have a commitment to see that through.
sure.
The FSU hopefully is still pushing on that door, and hopefully they come to Martin's support. But especially the Free Speech with their good faith yarns and everything like that, they're obviously advocating for freedom of speech. So
We love it. Well, someone, Sean Plunkett said that maybe Martin could go to Good Faith Yarns and maybe ask for help there. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know why not. I think he knows Annie. So
Who?
Martin, everyone knows each other in that.
I guess in everyone in New Zealand.
They would have
everyone-
worked. They would have worked in the Labour comms area at a similar time, so they must know each other.
Wish
Anyway,
him the best.
wish him
Reach
the
out,
best. Shout out to
Mr.
Martin
Mr. Bradbury. I
And
quite
then-
like that last name.
Bradbury. Yeah, and then for anyone listening who wants to come watch a debate about the treaty, Big Hearing News Network is hosting a debate in Auckland that I'll be part of the commentary team
9 days time.
in 9 days time.
You're
15th
going
of
to join the
August.
lineup of big beards.
Big beards. Well, they did tell me they're like, look, obviously we disagree with you on a lot of stuff politically, but you've got a beard, so you're on.
No way.
Yeah. I was like, thanks, guys. Happy
That's
to be
good
the
chat.
left's favorite
That's
right
good.
winger.
That's good chat.
Anyway, so that's that story. Let's put a pin in that story. We'll come back. If we end up taking on any legal support, we'll let everybody know. But it'll be good.
We'll happily get in behind, Brad Perry's defence. Not because we agree with what he says, but that's the whole point. Free speech is about standing up for your opponent's right to speak. If you don't do that, you're not about free speech.
Well, people think that you only support people who you agree with. I mean, Auckland Citizen, we agree with his right to do everything he did. Would we go and do silent audits? Maybe not, but we believe they're a valuable service that he's provided. New Zealand First policy, $5,000 boost for every child up to your third child. Fix the birth rate. Oh, so it's only up to the third.
Up to the third. But again, I keep asking, how many wives does this apply to? Can I have 4 wives, 3 kids each? That's 12. 12 times 15. Wow.
But imagine if they get it and then I have another one. I won't get anything because it'll be number 4.
Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb here. And I'm going to say that if you are a Mormon fundamentalist who believes in polygamy, you won't get it. All right? Gloriavale, you won't get it. But if you belong to another religious group.
Oh, so not Mormons. Brown Mormons.
What did you say? What did you just say?
I can say it.
Did you hear that?
Because I was from there.
Mormonism is just Islam for white people.
That's so good.
That's what I've heard anyway. No, so
anyway, sorry. I'm too funny.
I'm shocked that you would say that.
Put away the
Someone asked me the other night. I was on a panel with Rodney Hyde, and we got asked about the question was: would you prefer the $45,000 boost for 3 kids or longer maternity leave? What National's offering up to 30 weeks? And I literally said, I opened my response with, "Well, both will put up taxes, so I'm not really sure. But if I had to choose, I'd take the longer maternity leave because I think that's more beneficial to the child." Like more time with mum.
Nice.
I thought it was quite a reasonable answer.
That's a good answer.
Mate, Rodney Hyde made me look like a bloody,
Oh, no.
like a communist.
What did he
What did he
say?
say?
No, the state can't. Wherefore, this is if we borrow to pay for it. We're gonna.
But you kind of did say that at the
That's
start.
what I said at the start. But he just made me look like a bloody communist socialist. I was like,
Oh, my gosh.
Rodney, come on.
We're on the same side.
But
There.
anyway, and then that's why I hate answering questions first on panels because
to
people
be
just get
fair,
harder than me afterwards.
when I was on that show not long ago, there was that thing about Brian Tamaki, and I said, look, I don't disagree with Brian Tamaki on everything. I agree with him on some things that he's pointing out.
Yeah.
Some things are important conversation, right? But if you want to retaliate and burn people's temples and mosques and stuff down, that's just not not me. I'm not going to do that.
Did you get burned at the stake for saying that?
No, but what was interesting
in the
is
comments.
Oh, right.
I'm not sure that the other comments in the panel were they were supportive, but not that supportive. And I'm
Interesting.
like,
Come on, guys.
so hey,
Come on.
everyone's got their opinion.
Everyone's got
right.
their opinion. Speaking of Tamaki, how do we feel about Heaven's Hit List? Have you seen this?
Oh, no.
So Tamaki goes, join me online for Heaven's Hit List. He's going to do this pre-meeting, and and he writes a list of government departments,
Heaven's Hit List is
politicians, all these things. He writes this Heaven's Hit List. The police are investigating it now because they're
no.
like, is this a genuine threat? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to pray for the power of heaven to come and get them. And it's just like, Brian,
Get some help.
2,000 years of
Church history.
Christians and church history just trying to be, loving our neighbor. And
Sermon on the Mount.
yeah.
What's that?
present like an open and embracing gospel message, and you're hit listing people.
Bro, lesson 1 of Christianity is love your neighbor. That's like day 1.
No.
brother.
That's
Sorry,
not as
love your
important as
enemy.
loving God.
Or love God. Love
Loving
your
your neighbor
neighbor.
is optional, apparently.
Love your enemy as well. Love your enemy is like the basics.
But what I can't get over is that there's all these people who support Tamaki who keep getting on the comments and going, you know what? He's talking in a political sense. He does this separate to speaking in a Christian capacity.
I keep
I'm
forgetting.
like, oh, right, because we completely separate the two.
Yes, because political violence is okay, but religious violence is not. That's the difference.
Yes.
God.
And in the end, it's your political statements that actually carry more weight.
Of course.
This is the logic.
It's just it's a game of it's like,
Provocation.
well, it's just a waste of time, resources, energy. The police are investigating this now.
It's so over it.
Brian Tamaki has been a known entity for decades. He's been politically inflammatory for years and years and years. The police could be investigating all number of serious crime. Now they're being forced to waste resources. Well, not even forced. They're choosing to waste resources, but then also people who are like, Brian Damaki's got a Heaven's Hit List, is Brian Tamaki, first of all, saying that he's going to attack these people, how he's going to attack them, when and where. And so it's not incitement. It's not even a threat. He's praying and he's using analogy and allegory to say that heaven's going to be against them. If you don't believe in heaven, don't care.
Yeah, if you want to call on fire from heaven, then is that actually incitement? Is that or is that a threat?
Until it
Is
happens.
that
true? Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
yeah.
who are you inciting? God?
God?
No, but
Police
God-
can go
is
knock
God
on
gonna
the-
fall for that?
Yeah, I don't know.
that's a pretty big power move, eh? Oh, you want to be against me? God.
yeah.
I've got God.
That's what Jesus did. Before
God's like,
Pilate. Yeah.
God's like, don't make me part of this, brother.
I mean, look, there's two clear responses to that, right? It's you either don't believe in God, so there's no threat.
Yeah,
Secondly, you do believe in God, but He's not the God that Brian Tamaki is describing.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry.
I'd love to just get a copy of Brian's Bible and just see the annotations.
What he's highlighted.
Like he's like, this verse means this, and it's like love your enemy, and he's just got a completely different
he's scribbled it out.
twink.
Destroy thy enemy.
Oh,
His New Testament's just ripped out.
His Old Testament.
It's just all Old Testament.
Go and burn them down.
Oh,
My
no.
favorite verse. I mean, last night I was like, he's been saying crazy stuff for decades. Like you say, decades.
Yeah.
Oh, the earthquakes was caused
'cause of the
by
gay
because of
marriage.
homosexuality.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, mate, leave him alone.
But I'm also getting a bit tired of people going, yeah, but he makes some really good points. And I've said that he makes some good points.
Yeah, you said it
but
just
lots
now.
of people are making those same points.
A broken clock
But
is
they
right
don't.
twice a day.
Yeah, but they don't then go and say the stupid stuff that he then goes and says
Yeah.
to follow it up. So, at some point, people have to go, no, I can think for myself. Yep, I may agree with him on certain points, but there's people that would agree with some pretty out there stuff.
But the thing that gets me is when like the lefties get real fired up about him, because he doesn't have any political power, any pull. He's got his church in South Auckland where he's got a huge amount of influence, sure.
Yep.
But beyond that, he is confined to a fairly small influence
If you let it.
if you just ignore him. So just don't even bother. Don't even worry. Because by you like exacerbating it by being like so offended and
Yeah.
getting the police involved, now you legitimize his perceived persecution.
That's right.
And then you make him even more radicalized
Don't-
and you push him
that's
closer
it.
to that line
That's it.
that you're scared of. So it's like,
That's it.
oh,
They said never give your enemy a martyr, and that's
Exactly.
every time.
I mean, I don't know. Are we contributing to the problem by talking about him? I don't think
we are the
so.
problem.
I
We're the
am the
problem.
problem.
And I'm really sorry. We've given him the airtime. Erica's come forward. Saw yesterday.
Oh my days! What did she
And
say now?
she said, yeah, look, we're still not finished, but it is going to be an online regulator.
She's still in the National Party.
She's still in the National
Okay,
Party.
right, cool.
She's been headhunted very actively by Labour for when they roll Hipkins.
Well, yeah.
But imagine that. I would actually love it if she became the leader of Labour,
Yeah, honestly,
because at least it would just be honest. It would just be like, oh, you know what? I'm not even going to hide it anymore. I agree more with Labour, and I'm happy to be the
and it would be
leader.
good for the Labour Party. It would bring a sense of peace into our democracy, where it's like you actually have someone on the left who has a bit of sense in them, and there's some clarity. But
Yeah,
what did
he's
she
not
say
trying to-
yesterday?
Well, she said that the legislation she's working on for online safety or online harms is not finished yet, but it will be an online regulator, and it'll come out soon. Did you see how she showed it to Labour
In her office?
in her office? So there's 4 MPs got invited, and they're allowed to come and have a look.
Well, apparently more MPs got invited, but 4 turned up.
4
But
turned
it is a busy time, right?
So Ruben Davidson was one of them, and it was like I called it the peep show. So she hosted a peep show for the legislation.
right. Yes,
and they're allowed to come and have a look. You're not allowed to take your coffee with you, but come have a little look. You know.
the advisors will answer questions
as you
ask. And
And then so Labour's like, well, and the irony is Labour doesn't want to show anyone their policies either. But they're like, she won't show us. She's perfect for Labour because she doesn't want to show policies. But what we can probably tell based on what's come out is it's going to be a state regulator that will largely replace the BSA. So it'll cover all sorts of things from traditional media to podcasting to online streaming to now social media, news platforms. They'll probably look to bring in that tariff or that fee that they put on international news outlets to push people towards Kiwi media. It's just ridiculous.
Okay, I've
It's
got
so crazy.
I've got a solution to it. This is a workaround. We stop using digital means of communication, like the HDCA, which only applies to digital communications, which is pretty much everything now. We could just bypass that.
paper.
Let's go back to paper.
Okay.
Let's go back to like
But the
terrestrial
podcast.
radio waves, because that's not digital. If we get all the old equipment and we revive it, and we use it.
It's quite expensive to do radio, apparently.
Telegrams?
Telegrams, Morse code.
Yeah.
How about we just stop talking?
Everyone
to each
just
other?
shut up.
Write letters to each other as well.
I'd like to write letters.
Yeah.
Anyone want a letter from me?
I'll be your pen pal. Not
Start
much of a
that way.
journey. 7 minutes from my house to your house.
Yeah, I'll pen you some nice stuff.
Oh, thank you. No, so Erica's she's getting ready, but you were saying the other day there's only a handful of days where she could actually bring this forward left.
In terms of sitting days in Parliament, so I think it's incredibly unlikely for any legislation to pass this side of the election. I'm almost 100% certain it won't.
There'd have to be a national emergency of some sort.
Yeah, essentially. And Parliament rises on the 20th or in the middle of September. So we have maybe 3 weeks of August.
Yeah.
And then a couple of weeks in September, and then Parliament rises. So
she might be able to. So
the most she can do is show us the legislation.
show us. But hypothetically, say there's some sort of like she can manufacture or create enough urgency around this. She could try ram this through in urgency some other way, or
It's technically possible.
Technically,
Yeah.
but I just don't think it'll happen.
Listen, we've only got a little bit of time, guys, to continue to sow doubt about the social media policy and this online regulator.
Mate, honestly, I just want to say, when we entered into this conversation, when we started Pillar a year ago, there's probably two individuals that I can think of who had made public comments opposing, one being David Harvey, Dr. David Harvey, and then one being Eric Crampton from the initiative.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Those two voices had some really insightful, very, I think, useful
Visionary,
solutions. And they were really early on it. And we also, around the same time, decided to start Pillar and make this one of our core focuses. Since then, we've actually seen a pretty big sort of turn happen where people have become less and less confident in the ban, especially because of Australia's results.
Nathan, you're saying that we've turned a lot of people?
Well, I'm saying that we've turned the people, that's exactly what I'm saying. But I didn't want to say we were the first, because we're not the first. David Harvey and Eric Crampton really cut a path there for us. So I want to shout out those two guys, incredible guys. But I think
Real
more
thought
people,
leaders, aren't they?
Thought leaders, jeez. But people are waking up to the fact that a social media ban is not productive, is not helpful, is not useful. And I think that we'll see huge public backlash when they unveil what they are going to unveil, which is going to be digital ID infrastructure, which already is built, but they'll make this part of it as well.
That's right.
And it'll all be connected, because like digital ID, online access, like you have to show your ID or register your biometric just to get online, your Real Me login, your digital ID login. All these things. And an issue that we talked about even earlier on in Pillar's journey that we haven't talked about recently is all the new cameras that are coming through.
Yes.
So all of these things, we now have a digital and physical network capable of tracking and tracing us, not across just the digital landscape, but the physical landscape, tracing our faces, our number plates, our online activity, even the words we say.
Our Ring doorbells?
Our Ring doorbells to
Which
find lost dogs.
I have one.
Wow.
I've pressed your doorbell once. Yeah. But anyway, it's like I'm grabbing a lot of threads here. I'm pulling them together. I feel a little bit like Spider-Man on the front of that train. I'm trying to hold it,
I don't know what you're referring to, but
I've watched that film.
You watched that film.
Oh, you have?
That's
in
a
Iran,
great
in
movie.
Farsi.
Hey.
But we didn't have the upside down kiss.
They weren't allowed to
because,
kiss,
They cut that part out.
You got the CCP version.
That's right. That's right.
old
The Islamic
Tobey
version.
Maguire version with Kirsten Dunst.
That's right. But yeah, exactly right. I mean, the story's shifted very much so since and interestingly, I think what we're going to see is that a lot of the stuff that they were like, you guys have been conspiracy theorists. This isn't about a Trojan horse for online regulation. It's like, no, the policy is not about banning under 16s anymore. It's straight up online regulation.
It's controlling everyone's online activity.
They just went from like the Glock to the nuclear missile.
Well, the Trojan horse is well and truly being broken out of. It is now just an all-out attack.
That's right.
So.
And I think her party would be wise to not let it go through.
Well, part of you wonders if Luxon knew, or even if Erica understands the implications that she's pushing for.
You have to
How do they not know?
Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe you're just in a bubble. I don't know.
Erica, I know you're so busy. You can't do anything except talk to well-formed teenagers about online harms. But come and have a chat with us. We want to ask questions.
Yeah.
We do have a national MP coming on. And
good man. He's a good man.
He is good, but I'm going to ask him about it on this issue and the foreign interference issue. Hey, big week for us. Fit Bill.
I mean, when isn't it?
When is it not a big week?
Yeah.
the 3 weeks around Christmas.
Okay.
No, Fitbill adopted, and I just I think it's cool. We've talked about it a few times now. We've done a blast at a media release and a few social posts. But guys, we did it. We wrote something that got adopted by an MP. Now it's in the biscuit tin.
Yep.
Hopefully it gets drawn.
That's so weird. Eh? It's a very weird feeling. You go on Parliament's website and it's like Foreign Influence Transparency Bill, and you're like, wow, that was made here.
Well,
But we,
6
guys,
months
we
ago.
visualized it
Yeah, manifested
happen.
it.
We
We didn't do
manifested it.
anything.
with, of course, the
Power of the universe.
indispensable help
Oh,
of an MP who is visionary
right.
as well.
And obviously we did it with Pillar's hit list. Sorry, call back to a
heavenly,
previous joke.
heavenly.
No, Tim van der Molen. What a
Yep.
ledge. Which is funny because Tim is an active member of IPAC. Is
Yes,
not.
he is.
He is.
He is, yeah.
We talked to a bunch of different IPAC MPs,
Interparliamentary Alliance on China.
Interparliamentary Alliance on China.
People who are concerned, legislators who are concerned around the world
on.
about what is happening with the CCP.
And there was an appetite to adopt something, but Tim has taken the next step in showing that he's confident and courageous, and putting his name to something like this is
Yeah.
it potentially is a political risk because you open yourself up to criticism from our largest trading partner. I wonder if the embassy will comment on it, the ambassador,
Maybe if it gets drawn out, there might be an
because it's not only focused on China. Let's make that really clear. It's
For
all
sure.
foreign actors,
and it just
nations.
happens to be that the giant,
Yeah.
the CCP is the one that's doing a lot of
Yeah,
it.
and this is the point
heavy
though, right?
lifting.
Even if we're like, okay, China are the most significant character when it comes to like interfering in other countries, especially democracies. If it was just targeted at China, at the CCP, that wouldn't work necessarily in the long run because they would use other countries who,
Well
do their
said.
Go
bidding
to a proxy.
Well
Yeah.
said.
basically as a proxy to undermine a country like New Zealand or any other liberal democracy.
Way ahead of them.
The Iranians.
That's why this has to be across the board about New Zealand's sovereignty, about our own democratic
Yeah,
principles.
absolutely.
Here, here.
Absolutely.
Here, here.
And and let's also think about the future. Let's say the CCP are ultimately replaced by some sort of representative democratic government in China in 5 to 10 years. Cool, awesome. That's great for the Chinese people. It's great for the rest of the world, I think. But that doesn't mean that other threats won't be there. There will be other countries, other regimes. that
Nigeria.
will- yeah. And let's not forget
Fastest
too.
growing superpower in the world.
Let's not forget too that there have been democracies.
Yeah.
France is a good example in the 1980s. Remember the bombing of the Rainbow Warrior?
I was
Yeah,
there.
right. That was over our disagreement with France over nuclear testing in the Pacific.
Yeah.
Nick was actually there for that.
I wasn't there for that.
How old were you then?
I was not at the scene.
Yeah, how old were you then?
He was
years
on
old.
the
I was
He was
3
3
years
years old.
All right.
You were with the bomb.
Yeah, I have a clear recollection of it. All right. Look, my political consciousness actually only starts from the time that Chernobyl, the Chernobyl, accident when the nuclear reactor
Ukraine.
melted down. Correct.
Thank you.
That was when communism was real, guys.
You mean
Wow.
Western
Well,
Russia?
well, not real, but it was a thing.
Yeah. Wow.
Big thing.
What did you say? Western Russia.
Western Russia.
Yeah. Come on.
Ukraine. Western Russia.
Sorry, Vladimir.
The
Putin.
UN got told not to advance their borders. He warned them.
I know.
He was very clear. If NATO comes any
Tucker
closer,
Tucker Carlson here.
do you know they've got food in the grocery stores in Russia?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
You
I
can
think
actually-
Candace.
and you can take that food, cook it, and then eat it off the subway floor.
Oh
in Moscow.
Because it's so clean.
Because it's so clean.
It's so beautiful.
We're being lied to.
Oh gosh.
You know what else is really good? North Korea.
Mate, Tucker Carlson just needs to do a documentary about North Korea. That's just what's
Yeah.
left.
Someone sent us an article from Tucker Carlson the other day.
Oh,
And I was
no.
like,
Oh no.
thanks.
You know,
I won't read this.
there are people around me who aren't too politically involved who say, you know, that Candace, she's saying some good stuff. That Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, and I'm like, no, they're stupid. And they're like, oh, but why should I trust you and not trust them?
Yeah, you don't have any followers.
When
Well, yeah,
someone,
yeah, I don't. To be fair,
when
Friggin'
someone,
loser.
when a person like Candace is experiencing psychosis, there can be, on occasion, comments that are made that do reflect reality. Mixed in with all the other delusional stuff that's going on.
We're off track, guys. We're off track.
sorry,
Yeah, we've just lost it.
We've lost-
half our
lost
audience.
the plot. Lost the plot.
The bill got pulled out because we went too far off track.
Well, it might get pulled today. So in about an hour and a half from filming this, there's a ballot, I believe.
There is.
I believe. I
believe.
might be wrong, but it is my understanding because every Thursday at 12 o'clock, every second Thursday that the Parliament sits.
If it gets pulled,
Unreal.
cigars tonight.
What are the odds?
Yes.
Is it there's on average about 2 bills per MP? Is 123 MPs?
I think there's 73 bills in the tin.
Okay.
I think on average things sitting there for about 8 months. That's the average.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it carries over,
16
right?
social media ban, which got pulled out straight away.
That's crazy.
It carries over.
Yeah,
So just because we go through an election, maybe it changes.
Yeah,
it
it'll
doesn't mean
stay in
that
there.
bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's bills that got pulled, like the satire one from the Greens got pulled.
That's right.
Yeah, political satire.
Let me see.
Yeah, and I mean you can take that bill out, swap it for another.
Yeah, like
yeah.
what Winston did with the definitions of a woman bill.
There's 1 in 70. It's 1 out of 72 chance, which is 1.4%.
I'd play that. I'd play that lottery.
Yeah,
For sure.
It's great.
Well, we're about to play it in an hour.
It's like a small raffle.
It is a little bit. Yeah. It's possible. Sorry, everything.
I was just trying to see because the camera was shaking.
Sorry, I was shaking my legs.
Have you got an addiction to something that we need to know about? The truth, freedom.
That's right.
Do you have a perforated septum?
I'm
I don't know what that
anxious
is.
for freedom.
Perforated septum. A lot of cocaine addicts develop a perforated septum.
No, so listen, the Fit Bill, it's in there. Our first piece of legislation that we ever wrote, drafted, brought forward as Pillar. Shout out to Nick for really leading the charge on this work. You've spoken to experts all around,
Been a big team effort.
all
Guys.
around the world.
Yeah.
Well, look, you've taken and you've looked at other countries and where they've fallen short and where they've really tried to be innovative. Arian,
When I was overseas, sorry, I don't want to take it off my
No, please,
please.
But when I was overseas, the people that I met with that were literally, advancing the same type of legislation in their countries, it was so interesting, to hear like the type of attacks that happened in, say, the UK, for instance, when they tried to put this legislation forward. They did get it into law, but in the process, within their House of Commons, within their Parliament, there were people who had clearly been bought off by Chinese interests, by other, foreign principles like Russia, countries like that, and Iran as well, even.
anyone who opposes it, we're going to start a registry on them
Yeah. On the Pillar website.
on the Pillar hit list.
And our witch hunt will be righteous.
Yeah.
No.
And we'll be joining with the Migrant Workers Union to
But this is why we've encouraged our supporters out there, anyone that believes that this issue is important, to watch carefully around the commentary and around the kind of attacks that this bill will get if we can get it before Parliament.
Yeah.
So sorry, Arian. Arian did a lot of work on this.
Arian did a really great
We'll-
job
we're all here.
refining, tidying up, bringing forward the bill. We've had some fantastic meetings. Look, guys, it's been awesome, and I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, from me and the supporters, thanks, guys. So,
Wow.
This is incredible.
Yep.
Nick couldn't hear it at first.
No, I couldn't.
Yeah, he was a bit confused.
So, I hit the applause button. So
It wasn't
every
actually a
time.
button. There was actually a group of people outside. We just asked them to clap.
this is what Nick could hear.
Yeah, correct.
Did you hear that?
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's good
That's cool.
times.
I
It's
can
good
imagine. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I can imagine maybe another organization would do this, and then they'd like take a 10-week break and just be like, "We're so proud. We're so amazing."
times. Well, let me just say,
We never even took our foot off the accelerator.
there's another organization that promotes themselves as the Civil Liberties Organization. It's even in their name. You can pick which one that is. But who came up to us at an event and said, "Oh, your bill's got all these problems in it."
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, I need to send some feedback.
I need to
There's
send some
some
feedback."
real problems in this."
And we were like, we love your. Oh wait, you don't have a building.
Oh, well, yeah. You look at their website and it's like tumbleweed
Literally.
just blowing through. Yeah, it's literally that.
Well, if you could actually, I mean,
That's our website.
That's our website. This is theirs.
at least that would be something. I don't even think they have that.
But then we go, okay, send your feedback. Never send it through because that is what these other organizations are up to. They say a lot. Or they don't even say a lot, but they posture. And they're like, oh, we're going to get involved. We're going to do that. And then they don't do anything.
It's easy to criticize.
Yeah. And then RNZ quotes them. And it's like, RNZ, come on, brother.
Me.
They're not doing anything. We're
That's
here
the one G.
24/7 responding. So anyway.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pillar.
Self-glaze.
That's it. That's the one time we're going to pat ourselves on
That's
the back,
right.
Yeah.
Right. Once,
You'll
once a
never hear
year.
us do it again.
Once a year.
Hey, this is New Zealand. We don't like tall poppies.
Nah. I'm getting so sick of this whole the electioneering.
Oh, for sure.
It's just
You got
so
3 months of
tired.
it to go though.
Yeah, I know. It's so like I put on the Parliament website, the Parliament debate yesterday at 2:00, and it opens with like Hipkins asking Luxon, "Oh, why are you flying the Air Force plane?" He's like, "Well, because I'm the Prime Minister and I had to go to an event." And he's like, "Well, why aren't you taking Air New Zealand flights?" He's like, "I do take Air New Zealand. I take, jets or whatever it's called.
Jetstar.
Yeah.
Jetstar."
Irene doesn't fly Jetstar.
Yeah. He's like, I take that stuff, but I had to, like, there was no flight. So he's like, "Well, did you go to a national party event before you flew the Air Force plane?" He's like, "Yes." He's like, "Look, he's wasting taxpayer money on national party event." And it was just, and it's like,
Well, how much does Hipkins like use the plane when he was Prime Minister?
well,
There's literally just in a clip from Jacinda's documentary that I saw clipped where she's at her holiday home down the road from a commercial airport and
Yeah.
she got the Air Force to pick her up in a helicopter and fly her in somewhere. And it's like, what are we doing?
To be honest with you, I think Luxon's brave for using the Air Force.
yeah, they think he'll break anytime.
He'll break down here all the time.
But I say that to
It's
say,
like taking a fire engine in New Zealand. They won't even get out the station.
no, Tim Costa.
Well, that's their fault. That's Fine's fault.
Fins.
Yeah, Fins,
Yeah.
Tim Costa calling them out.
Yeah. Anyway, I say that to say it's like this random, silly, stupid stuff that no one cares about. Like, the average New Zealand doesn't care about what plane Luxon's flying. They just want to pay their bills. They just want their kid to learn real stuff at school. They want the roads fixed. They don't want to pay so much tax. And then that finishes. That's what our highest court in the land is doing, complaining about.
Meanwhile, my account's an overdraft and I'm clapping for
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then it goes on to like, oh, Lawrence Shunan and this and that.
Favorite
It's just
question
like,
asker.
oh
Parliament's
my
number one
gosh.
question asker.
What does it mean to lie like a flatfish? So, mate, get on with it.
To be fair,
We invited Lawrence on the podcast last night as well, so shout out to Lawrence.
I'm going to
Come back.
moderate what I said about Winston Peters. I think last week I was like, oh, no, it was wrong what he said. But I think the last part of what he said was still wrong. I think go back to where he came from. He was meaning China. But when he said you've only been here for 5 minutes, he was actually referring to Parliament.
Yeah.
And you go back and you look at the context of it, you're, oh, okay, I get it. There's all this argy-bargy back and forth. Honestly, it's just ghetto.
So
They can't do anything about it anyway. But he has parliamentary privilege, so.
that's right.
I just see all these people being like, there's precedent for Winston Peters being fired because so-and-so fired him back in this year as Treasurer and Deputy Prime Minister. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, just shut up and just run the country.
Pay your taxes.
So
Fix
Luxon's
the
not going to
country.
do it. Like, is Luxon going to just like dissolve the government?
because
Because he wants to be back in power and he's not
Right.
going to let 20%.
Luxon's like, if I fire Winston, who will do all the hard jobs?
Oh, have you guys seen Beehive behaving badly on Instagram?
Yeah, I've seen it.
That's so funny.
The lefty page, eh?
I don't know, but it's cartoon, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's so funny. You should watch it.
I would, but I've got a life. So. Nah,
Like 30-second reels, mate.
No, that's fine. It's fine.
You're a busy man.
I'm a busy guy. Actually, just from the moment I wake up to when I go to sleep, I'm busy. Now, how about this morning? Ezra comes in at like 7 in the morning, jumps into bed, and he goes, "You're so lazy." I go,
Mate.
"What?"
Wow.
What? He goes, "Mum's making the lunches, and you're in bed." He literally, and I go,
Mate.
"Yeah, I'm about to go to work to pay for the bloody
Yeah,
lunch."
who paid for the lunches?
I'm about to go, and I go, "Mum doesn't go to work," and he goes, "Yes, she does." I go, "When?" He goes, "Oh, she's a nurse." I said, "Not for a year, not for more than a year." He
So
goes,
he's only
"Oh,
had a small thing like going on with a baby.
Yeah.
Mate, women have been having babies for millennia. Don't worry about it.
I'm not going to get offside with Deb here. I'm back in here on
You
this
should
one,
send her on a 6-week holiday to Sicily.
Anyway, I was like, mate, my 7-year-old calling me lazy.
Yeah, did you share that reel with her?
I did.
Oh, no.
No, and I was like, mate, and I said, well, you don't do anything around here. He goes, oh, I go to school. I said, yeah, I pay for you to go to school. What are you talking about? Anyway, just the disrespect they get in my own household.
I know.
That's very hard.
Well, hey, one thing we haven't talked about, discipline in classrooms. Can we remove students?
Mate, this is so funny. Yeah.
I mean,
Cane them.
Paul Henry
yeah,
was
what's
like
your
pretty...
experience? Yeah, as a teacher.
My experience, I mean, I worked mostly in a private school, but I have worked in other schools as well where there's serious discipline issues. It's sort of a bit of a red herring. I don't really think it's kind of actually that helpful.
Just because you have the jurisdiction doesn't mean you will, right?
Yeah,
Especially
and-
if you're small.
well, that's the thing is if it's got that bad, then you haven't done a whole lot of stuff in the first place that you need to do. It does happen on rare occasions, and in some schools, more frequently. But ultimately, the whole approach to your school, if that's happening, has gone wrong.
Yeah.
It'll only work at all boys schools with male teachers, and they'll be able to bring back real school pride.
Very few staff members will be confident enough and equipped to actually be able to handle, say, a 16 or 17-year-old boy who is
He's way
6'1",
way bigger than his.
You know what I
like,
mean?
Chinese.
Good
teacher.
luck
Who's
removing
maybe
Sione from
smaller.
the class.
Yeah, exactly.
But also too, like you talk to like skilled negotiators, like police negotiators, people like that. They'll tell you straight away the first thing that you do in a situation like that is you de-escalate. And some people who might be talking tough about this sort of thing are like, oh, we can't back down to students. Well, reality is, if you want to cause a massive problem in a classroom, then escalate it.
Give the teachers guns.
Listen,
Just very
we can't do what Iran does.
Oh,
all right?
dang it.
It's so for me. I think it serves two purposes. If a teacher does end up in an unfortunate situation where they have to do something, like I can see that this is an added layer of protection for teachers.
Yeah.
If everything goes against them,
Well,
so
also for other students.
and I like that. I like that teachers.
Yeah, I'm not against it.
Yeah, but it's like the security guards now having power to stop people and sort of, or like, I don't know if that's gone through, but saying that security guards should be allowed to physically apprehend people. If you don't want to and you're not confident, you don't have the ability or then don't.
Yeah.
But if you do feel confident, do.
Yeah.
So I think it just creates now, gets rid of that gray zone, because sometimes you might just be like doing the right thing,
But
then you come off worse.
and like again, I'm not against it. It's a very small thing actually in terms of the toolbox that teachers really need. And I would also suggest that there are risks that still come with it. So if you actually do exercise that type of power and you intervene in that way, you still have to realize as a teacher,
If you're going to throw a punch.
you have to do everything right in this
No one's
situation.
talking about the teachers punching
Oh,
students.
what?
It's
you're gonna
just
throw a
removing them from the classroom.
You're not squaring up. You're physically allowed to maybe grab them and drag them out or assist them out.
So misunderstood.
Where there was some
policy.
story about a teacher who pulled headphones out of these kids' ears and they got dismissed and they lost their license because they
Abused the child.
abused the child. Yeah. Nah, and the part of the law that I haven't heard talked about heaps, but that I think is better is parents receiving fines if they've repeatedly failed to show up for disciplinary meetings or intervene or help the school.
Yeah.
Because then that puts it back in the realm of parents are the first educators, parents are the first responsible for children. If your kid continually comes to school and is causing a ruckus, and you as a parent are not disciplining them, helping them, or, I don't want to say, telling them they have to be, whatever, then you should face a fine.
Mm.
And if you can't control your kid, mate, ship them to Tonga, ship them back to wherever they're from. Jonah from Tonga will be a good thing for them to watch. You ever seen that?
I don't know what that's about.
That's a show. Anyway. Thanks for bringing that up. We almost forgot that one. But parents and teachers working together, stronger communities.
That's right. That's
Amen.
right. Amen.
Come on.
Stronger communities.
I still
together.
remember when I was at school, man, teachers would they grab you by the collar and they'd shove you out.
Hey.
Grabbing
So
you by the
I've
waist.
seen people grab. I literally I saw a kid being
How
grabbed
can
by
I
the
sign
ear
up for this?
and led out of a classroom by his ear.
Grab me here.
The teacher got a talking to from the principal, but
It
didn't lose his job.
Didn't happen, but I was.
Well, hopefully we've got 2 podcast guests, members of parliament, active members of parliament, who
Some
are
might even say very, very active.
very quite high up, may I add, who are penciled in for the next couple of weeks, next week and the following, hopefully. So keep an eye out. Have to edit around all these coughs.
yeah, I'm sorry, mate.
Every time I want to roll, geez. No, so we've got some people coming through, and then we'll have a few more guests. We'll probably do double episodes those weeks. So treat yourself. Enjoy the Pillar podcast. I know a few people out there listen every week, religiously, consistently.
Thanks, Mum.
Yeah. Shout out to Nick. No, your mum doesn't listen
No,
anymore. We're too crazy for it.
Yeah.
Your mum's our number one hater on the podcast.
No, she loves it. She loves it.
The person whose mum is the number one fan is Arian's mum.
She do comment.
She comments on
She
everything.
comments on the reels.
But any final thoughts?
No, not this week.
Okay. There we go. My final thought is thanks to everyone who listens and enjoy this episode. And we've got a few more good ones coming.
Great. Fantastic. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching. Stay in touch. Stay in tune. We'll see you soon. There we go. See
And goodbye to Arian's mum
who's listening.
who's listening.
Yes, that's what he means. And also thank you to the person who messaged me and said last week's outro was good. That was really encouraging. Made me smile for the first time in a month.
You're welcome.